and how to invoke the service routine. You know, when we call an interrupt, so we need to do some points, we need to do something for responding to interrupt, and then we go to interrupt subroutine to do. Firstly, we check if the privilege is 1, that means we are in user mode. At that time, to resolve, I set the current stack pointer to resolve USB, and then because you want to work with the supervisor stack, so we need to get the current value of stack pointer, and we start it to ASIC, and then we need to show the current PSR and PC to supervisor stack. We need to set PSR 15 0. That means you want to work with interrupt subroutine. That means we are in supervisor mode. Over here now 0. And then you need to set PSR from bit 10 to bit E to the priority of interrupt. And we need to set NGB with 0. And then, because you want to go to the first instruction of interrupt subroutine, that means you need to assign value to PC. So how to do it? So over here now, firstly, you need to assign the value 01 VV. Over here, VV, this is 8 bits for the interrupt vector of the interrupting device. For example, with the keyboard, that is 80. That means that you need to go to location determined by location 01 VV, and we read our value. This is the address of interrupt subroutine, and we set it to MDR, and then we set it to PC. Now, the first instruction of interrupt subroutine will be fetched. And you know, when you study execution instruction, you remember in the chapter 1, we say we need to pay attention to interrupt when we got the way to go back to fetching. Okay, so over here now, you know, with the instruction processing, so we have 6 phases. Okay, the first is fetching, the last is storing. Okay. How to return from interrupt? So we use RTI. You know, it's of course a 1000. You know, when we do it, we do some things over here. Firstly, we need to pop PC from supervisor stack. Let me do this thing. And then we need to pop PSR from supervisor stack, because you have to go back to the current program we are running. And we check if the privilege bit is 1. At that time, we need to restore the value from sub USB to A6. Because you want to run a program, so we need to say now we are in user mode. It's 1. And we use a user stack. So at that time we need to use this stack pointer A6. And you know, we have some problem when we are in user mode. For example, in user mode, that means we are running our current program. In our current program, you can't do RTI, but when we use it, so what happened? At that time we have an exception. Okay. Now I would like you to understand the problem with the example. You know, over here we have the current program, and we are running to the instruction at the address 3006. Of course, at that time the current address in PC is 3007, and this is the supervisor stack pointer. And when we are in the process of running at the current instructions of the program A, so there is an interrupt from device B. So over here is ISR for device B. Of course, when you want to go to the interruption routine for device B, so we need to solve PSR for A, the current value of PC, and we need to set them to supervisor start. And then you need to set the value, the current address of the first function of interruption routine for device B, 6200 over here. Okay, and when we go to the instruction N at the address 6202, this the instruction in the NSR for device B. At that time, there is interrupt, so you need to go to interruption routine for device C to do it at the address 6300. So at that time we do something with to solve PSR for B, the current PC, okay, the current PC over here, okay. We need to solve it, and then you need to write the address of the first function of the interruption routine for device C to PC. That means we have to go to this ISR to run, and then we go back. So you know, when we go back, you have to read out the value. You have to pop some value from the start. Okay, you need to assign it to PC. You need to read out the value because we are running the interruption routine of device B. Okay, and then we go back to our program. So at that time we need to read out the value to PC, and we need to read out PSR for the state of our current program A. So here now we have some exceptions. So what are they? So normally we have two exceptions. When you write the program with DLC3, in fact more, okay, but with DLC3, so we have only two exceptions. For example, privileged operation. For example, in user mode, that means we are running a program, so we use RTI so at that time. That is an exception. Okay, or we executing an illegal of code. Okay, to remember there is a result of code. Okay, with the of code 1101. So when we run it at that time, we have an illegal of code or divided by 0, etc. So at that time we have some exceptions. And of course, at that time we handle the problem like an interrupt. Okay. Now like you to go to the small problem, and that means we can use that for arithmetic. Okay, operations. For example, you want to evaluate the expression. That is, at that time we need to use that for doing this operation, the actions. For example, now please look at this and this and this. So if you want to compare them, so firstly you need to push A, put B, and then we get the operation of addition. Okay, and then we push C, push D, okay, and then we get the operation. And then we do the operation, multiply, and then we can pop out to get the final result.